The old Fourth Ward. No, 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 the old Fourth Ward is not what it used to be many long years ago. We had our own of everything white folks had and more. We had our barber shops, beauty shops, and a store on Old Spa Road. And for a night on the Old Town Ward, we'd shift to nightclub mode. We had Washington Hotel, Rice Hotel, Cozy Cabin, and Caesar's Two Room. Man, we had much fun in all these spots, and everything was grand. The American Legion and the Elks Club, 2 private spots. We did not have all we should have, but we had a lot. Our churches spread across the town. Our people served God well with Sunday school, Bible study, and church services were swell. So we don't forget from whence we've come. It's been a long, long way. All praises due to God from then until today. My name is Elizamae Robinson, and I grew up on Calvert Street 92 years ago. I spent the first 19 years of my life on Calvert Street. The community was a very homely community. Folks were friendly. You saw people every day that were coming and going to jobs, work, businesses, having fun. My favorite memories is the neighbors, children that I grew up with, some who are still living today, that we just had a grand time together. Lifelong friends is what I remember most. We got out from school sometimes, I think somewhere like 3:30. After that, we would play in the streets. Sometimes we played in the graveyard on Northwest Street. Some evenings we got to go to the movies. Matinee, like I say, it was on Wednesdays. Sometimes we'd go to matinee. And we just played, you know. In the summertime, we would go down at the end of the shore and crab. Things are a lot different now than they were then. We had houses all up and down where there are state buildings now. Urban renewal to me was, I don't want to call it a lie, but apparently that's what it was. To me. What it was to other folks, I had no idea. Folks didn't get what they were promised, you know. It seems to me that urban renewal deceived people. That's why so many people lost so much. And it had a terrible impact on families because we didn't get to see each other on a daily basis like we had been used to. You know, you just was glad to see them. Sometimes we would meet downtown. If you went to the Five and Dime, you would run into somebody periodically. But it was just when you're used to seeing people every day, and then that's taken away from you, you know, it takes a great toll on you. They just got dispersed. Some folks, we never even knew what happened to them, you know. Some people went to parole, others went to East. Some families, I think, went to Eastwood. I know mine did. People just were dispersed all over the city and outside of the city, you know. The familiarity we had during the day, all during the week, we didn't have that anymore. We just saw folks sometimes that we grew up with, few and far between. We just lost so much. We lost businesses, we lost communication with families, and as I said earlier, we just lost the whole community, you know, and that was very devastating. Families that, you know, they had their own businesses, some of them, or they had trades, you know, and it was just a great loss, you know. I don't know, it's hard to put into words, but I just know the changes, you know, you see lots of changes. things people did years ago they don't do now, and or businesses that was here years ago are not here now. You know, those are the kinds of changes. The housing has changed. It's just a lot. Those poems, I wrote those poems, and well, it's just so folks remember that there were businesses and things that went on in the old Fourth Ward that children should know about. It's called government. The government is an organization supposedly protection for the people, but some of its fraudulent practices are as large as the church steeple. It takes from people what it wants and calls it eminent domain. You can call it what you want, but it's stealing just the same. Calvert and Northwest Street properties taken by the city. Someone gained, but not us. All we got was pity. Folks who saw each other every day was forced to communicate another way. Family reunion and funerals became the fare that fit today. Homes were broken, jobs were lost, folks were forced to move. It all turned out to be disastrous. Folks were put out of groove. Urban renewal came along and folks thought they were protected. Same soup warmed over is what was detected.